We look over at the coup in Niger. We've seen the burning of French flags, which can be quite easily explained by colonial memories. But what about the raising of Russian flags? What about the chants supporting Putin? What is all of that about? Well, essentially, in the early 2010s, hundreds of millions of Africans first got the internet, and they didn't really have much news. There was a huge market, and Russia stepped in. And before long, instead of having Reuters and AP being the source of straight news in West Africa, Sputnik and RT became the main sources. And with the advent of Facebook and now TikTok, everyone in West Africa are using Russian sources as their sources of straight news. And we've got influencers like Kemi Sabah, Natalie Yam, who have essentially stepped in and started sort of parroting the Kremlin's line. And at the same time, we have to understand that in Niger, the average age of a person is only 14. They are incredibly young. And also, their education system isn't great. So pretty much all of their news comes from social media, and increasingly TikTok. With short-form video, you don't even have to read. All you have to do is scroll. And as a result, Russia has really been able to use their soft power to really influence the worldview of these very young African people. I'm not saying that this is the cause of the coups, but it is a big influence.
Yeah, how big is that Russian influence, particularly there in West Africa? And I'd be keen to get your thoughts also on how the Wagner Group is represented there.
The Wagner Group is firstly represented extremely positively because especially in 2018 and 19, Prigozhin himself decided to step into the area and sort of fund these media organizations. Kemi Sabah, for example, who I mentioned earlier, was known to have been funded by Prigozhin himself during 2018 and 19. And as for Russia's influence, it's quite extraordinary because they do very little trade with Africa. Only about, their total investment is only about 1% compared to like China and the West. So their economic impact is very small, but their media impact has obviously been huge, as we can see with their support for Russia from the common people.